Comfortable seat. Let me mute you. Good evening. Mute. Here we go. You can either close the eyes or turn the gaze down onto one point. And then adjust into it. So make sure the seat does feel comfortable. The legs are heavy. The seat rooting down. And then from that foundation, let the spine lift up and lengthen, the crown of the head lifting up. And the shoulders soft. The upper arms can just hang into the sides of the body, and the hands resting on the legs. Just use the next few breaths to let everything settle. And then with your awareness, start to notice any activity that's going on around you, any noises, any other sensory impressions. Noises, maybe lights or colors in front of the eyelids. Smells, tastes, anything that you can sense from outside of the body. And let go of those impressions, bring your awareness inside. And take a few moments to acknowledge how you're doing this evening. Anything that's coming up for you. Physical sensations, emotional sensations, your energy and your mood. And know that as we're moving through the practice, you're always welcome to rest whenever you need to, modify when you need to, and take variations that you like to practice. We're going to bring the hands into prayer in front of the heart. Press the palms. And there's an opportunity, if you wish, to set an intention. Positive affirmation for this class, for your week, for life. Maybe a quality that you'd like to manifest. When the mind is blank, you can just consider why you've chosen to join the class this evening and use that as your focus. Take an inhale together. Send out your intentions with your exhale. Release the hands down and then drop the chin down to the chest. Feel that stretch through the back of the neck and the shoulders. Let the shoulders hang heavy. And then start to draw circles with your chin. Make these as big or as small as feels good for you. See if you can smooth it out so that it is a circle. Keep the shoulders soft. Keep going, and then the next time that the chin comes down to the chest, just let the head go. And then we switch directions, so start to draw your circles in the other direction. Now connecting into your breath. Take one more circle this way. No rush. And when the chin comes down, let the head go. On your next inhale, lift the head back up. Reach the hands out to the sides. Inhale, reach up, press the palms at the top, really spread the fingers out. And exhale to draw the prayer down. Inhale, reaching out and up. Exhale, pull the prayer down. I'm going to do that one more time. Inhale to reach out. Really stretch up. So stretch up through the fingers, through the hands, through your arms. Scrunch your shoulders up. And then exhale, draw the prayer down. Release the hands onto your thighs. We're going to start to circle the shoulders, but quite strong action. So you squeeze the shoulders tight up around your ears. Then squeeze the shoulder blades behind the back to open the chest. And then you pull the shoulders down, forward so the shoulder blades spread, and then back up to your ears. And continue with that movement, those movements. I'm trying to make that circular. We're going to do it one more time in this direction. No rush. Don't need to speed up. And we're going to finish with the shoulders up around the ears again. And you're going to really actively squeeze the shoulders up quite tight. Hold it there. And then on an exhale, let them drop down. In the opposite direction, squeeze the shoulders up. Shoulder blades come forward, or rather shoulders forwards. Then down. Shoulder blades squeeze, come up and continue. So rotating forwards. Once more in this direction. And we're pausing with the shoulders up around the ears, really give them a squeeze up. Take an inhale and exhale to release. Reach the arms out to the sides. And then cross the right arm under the left. We're not going to take eagle arms. We're going to take just that kind of typical shoulder stretch. So bend the right elbow, press the right forearm around the left elbow, and then pull that arm across the body. And really you get more of an opening through that left shoulder than when you're in the eagle arms. So the left arm is straight, across the front of the body, and the right arm is pulling that arm in. We'll relax the shoulders down. Take a couple of breaths here. And then on an inhale, you reach the arms out to the sides. A little squeeze of the shoulder blades. And switch sides. So the left arm comes underneath. You need to think about this. Yeah, right arm comes across, left arm underneath, and then pull that one in. So this is really tight for me. It's not uncomfortable, but I can definitely feel the stretch. You pull that arm in towards you. Relax the shoulders. Breathe into it. And then on an inhale, open the arms up, little squeeze of the shoulder blades. Take the hands high. Bend the right elbow, bring the left hand onto the right elbow, and then press the head back into the arms. Nudge that right elbow down, the shoulder down. You can hold it here, or if you combined, you reach the left arm around and then clasp the fingers behind the back. If that doesn't happen for you, don't bother, just stay like this. And that's fine, still the same kind of stretch. Take a couple of breaths here, sitting up nice and tall. On your inhale, reach both hands up, stretch up. Bend the left elbow, right hand onto the left elbow, and nudge the head back into the arms. Go for the bind if you did that on the first side. Sometimes it will work on one side, not on the other. And let go of some of the effort, soften into it. On your inhale, reach up. We'll take the right hand down. Lift up and lengthen, and then hinge over to your right, any amount. Side stretch through the left side. Use your next inhale to come back up and over to the left. Stretch up, take it over. On an inhale, rise up. Release the hands down and pause. Just take a moment. Feel any sensations that are coming up. You're going to rock forwards into an all fours position. The wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and the fingers spread wide. On an inhale, lift the gaze, lengthen the spine, and again, a little squeeze of the shoulder blades to open the chest. On your exhale, round into cat pose. The shoulder blades spread, belly pulls in, tailbone tucks. And then we'll move with the breath, inhaling to look up and lengthen. Exhale to round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, round it in. Come into a neutral spine, and we'll take puppy pose. I like to tuck my toes under. And you step your hands forwards, start to sink the chest down. You might come down onto your forehead, maybe onto your chin, maybe the chest and the chin can come down. Think about sinking the armpits down. And when there's resistance through the upper back and the shoulders, breathe there. Walk the hands back in. Back to all fours, tuck the toes and push back to downward facing dog. So let the head hang, give it a shake out. Spread the fingers wide. And then you can gently pedal out the feet. Wiggle the hips. Anything that you need to do at this point for your first down dog. And then come into stillness and connect to your breath, following each breath in and out. On an inhale, come forwards into a plank, either high plank or you drop the knees down. Exhale, push back to down dog. Inhale, curl forwards, plank pose. Exhale, take it back. One more time. Inhale, come forwards. Use your exhale to lower down, knees if you need to. Forehead down, hands under the shoulders. And be really long here. So point your toes, press the tops of the feet down, heavy the pelvis down. On an inhale, lift the chest and the hands, any amount. Exhale to lower down. So really feel that the back line of the body is working. Inhale to lift up, baby cobra. Exhale to lower. One more time. Inhale, you lift up. Exhale, lower down. This time, press the hands into the mat. Legs are still strong. Pubic bone pressing down. Lift up. Come up a little bit higher, as high as feels comfortable in your back. Think about opening the chest and dropping the shoulders away from the ears. And there shouldn't be any crunching in the lower back. If there is, just sink down a little bit, make the legs a bit stronger. On your exhale, release. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. We're going to come up one more time. So we've done the baby cobra with lifting the hands. We've done a regular cobra pressing into the hands. And this time we're going to press down, tops of the feet and the hands, and keep coming up for upward facing dog. So in up dog, the knees and the thighs lift. And the pubic bone moves forward and still the chest opens and the shoulders away from the ears. On your exhale, lower down onto your belly. Take a break. Turn the head to one side and inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And we just go through those three again. So forehead down, tops of the feet down, hands hover. Baby cobra, you inhale, lift the chest and the hands. Exhale, lower. Hands press into the mat. Inhale, lift up for bigger cobra. Come up any height. Open the chest. Exhale, lower. Now for up dog, you can take another cobra if that's better for you. Or for up dog, move the hands down the mat a little bit. Press into the hands, press into the feet. Lift and lengthen up. Draw the heart through. Crown of the head lifting up. I know a lot of people, you see them kind of looking up towards the ceiling. I personally think it's better just to lift the crown up, keep the neck neutral. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up to all fours. Take it back to child's pose. Let the head rest. You can kind of wiggle the hips down towards the heels, get a nice release through the lower back. Take some forehead rolls. And remember your intention. 2 more breaths. And come back to all fours. Tuck the toes, lift up to down dog. On your next exhale, look forwards, step or lightly hop to the top of the mat, and take a forward fold. Let the head hang, be very floppy. And a nice bend in the knees. The bend in the knees helps to release the hamstrings and the lower back. Let the weight of the head traction decompress the spine. On your next inhale, we're going to rise up. So press into your feet, stand tall, reach up. Take an interlace of the fingers at the top. Flip the palms and press up. On your next exhale, hinge over to the right. You lean to the right and the hips shift to your left. Lift the chin and relax the shoulders. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back to center. Release the fingers, a big stretch up. Exhale to fold forwards. Keep the spine long as you bend at the hips. Release the head and the hands. Inhaling, halfway lift. We're going to hold it here. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Open the chest. Take the rounding out of the upper back and stick the bum out. Again, you can have a nice bend in the knees. I see a lot of people kind of doing this, but you can get that when you come into your forward fold. In the halfway lift, you want a long spine, belly hugs in, the chest is open. On your next exhale, hands down, step back to your plank, high plank, or you modify your plank. And take an inhale here, make everything strong. And the exhale, you lower down onto your belly, maybe chaturanga if that's in your practice. And then inhale for your back bend, any of the back bends that we've done. And the exhale takes you back to down dog for 5 whole breaths. And anytime you need to modify down dog, you can come to all fours or child's pose. Let the head go. One more breath. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat. Take that halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold in, release. Inhale, rise up, stand tall. Exhale to fold back in. We keep moving with the breath. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to your plank. Take an inhale in your plank. Make sure the hips are not sagging. And then an exhale to lower down with some control. Inhale for your back bend. You can mix it up, a baby cobra, up dog. And then you shift back to down dog. Go through the knees or plank. You press into the hands. Lift the bum up and back behind you, nice and long through the spine. And still you can have a little bend in the knees. Couple more breaths, let the head go, relax the shoulders. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Step or hop to the top. Take your halfway lift, inhale. Fold forward with the exhale. When you fold in, you can almost tuck the chin in. Inhale, rise up, reach up, big stretch. And we're going to flow through one more time. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale for the halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back. Take an inhale in your plank. Press into the hands, press into the feet. Exhale, bend the elbows to lower down. Inhaling cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift back to down dog. 5 breaths. Follow each breath in and out. Let the head go. Look back to your legs. 2 more full breaths. Exhale to look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Fold in with your exhale. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, hands to heart and be still. No fidgeting. Chop my head off. Stabilize the breath. And remember your intention. Bring the hands down by the sides, Tadasana. The big toes to touch, or the feet are hip width. On your inhale, reach up through the fingertips, stretch up, and then bend the knees to sit down into chair. You can support yourself here by bending the knees, squeezing the legs together, and hugging the belly in. Sit a little bit deeper. Use an exhale to fold in. And step straight back to downward facing dog. Feel your hands pressing into the mat. Feel your feet pressing into the mat. Feel very sturdy here, like you're pushing the floor away from you. On an inhale, float the right leg up. 3-legged dog. The rest of the down dog stays just as it is. The hips square, the right toes point down, and the arms are straight and strong, not buckling at the elbows or dipping down one side or the other. Keep the rest of your down dog sturdy. On an exhale, knee to nose, rock forward. So the wrists come, the shoulders over the wrists, and you can step the right foot through or give the helping hand. Take an inhale here, and an exhale to sink into your lunge. And the inhale to lift up into a crescent lunge. Reach up through the fingertips. Again, feel very sturdy through the legs. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into the front knee. Good. And then really strong on the back leg. You're pressing into that back toe mound. And the back heel lifts up. Support yourself here. On your next inhale, drop the back heel down and open into warrior 2. Open hips and arms. Again, can you deepen the bend in the front knee? Yes. Press into the back foot. Back leg is straight and strong. The pelvis just sinks down, heavy. And the shoulders directly over the hips. Take side angle pose, the forearm onto the front thigh and reach the left hand up. So get that lift up. Don't lose the lunge in the front knee. You can stay here or then extend. Think about lengthening that left arm by the ear, just like we've done in standing. It's reaching up. And there's some weight off of that right elbow. Take a couple of breaths. On your inhale, keep the legs just as they are, but come back to warrior two. Shoulders over the hips, both arms parallel. And we straighten the front leg. For triangle, if you need to, step the back foot in a little bit. And then reach forwards. We're extending through that right arm, through the right side. The right hand comes down and the left hand reaches up. We use an inhale to lengthen. Exhale to draw the left armpit open. And you could look up, you could look down, you could look to the side or somewhere in between. Take a couple more breaths. On your inhale, like someone's pulling you up by that top hand, rise up, bring the hands onto the hips and parallel the feet for Prasarita. So the toes turn in a little bit. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, tilt forwards. Stick the chest out, stick your bum out, fold in, let the head go. And bring your hands down. Hands can be on your mat or block, maybe on your legs. And check in with your feet. You want to feel the weight evenly spread through the feet. So not just kind of hanging back on the heels or on your toes, the whole footprint pressing down. If the hands are on the mat, turn the fingertips in the same direction as your toes. Hug the elbows in. And the crown of the head is reaching towards the mat. And the sit bones are tilting up towards the ceiling. Use an inhale to lift up halfway, hands under the shoulders, long spine. Walk your hands round to the top of the mat. Step back, either to your plank, if you want to flow through the vinyasa, or straight to downward facing dog. If you're flowing through, one breath, one movement. Take 3 whole breaths. We'll move on to the second side. On your inhale, the left leg lifts up. The rest of your down dog just stays as it was. And that lift is coming from the glute, from your hamstring, through the calf engaged. Exhale, knee to nose, rock forwards and step the left foot through. Take an inhale and an exhale. Use your inhale to rise up, crescent lunge. And stabilize here. Deepen the bend into the front knee. Strong push into the back leg. Hands reaching up. If the shoulders are tight, you might take the hands wider or more parallel towards the floor. Oops. Use an inhale to open into warrior two. Drop the back heel down, open hips and arms. And you gaze over the front hand. Feel the footprints, the even spread of the weight through the footprints, and the toes nice and long, not clawing the mat. Side angle, forearm to thigh, reach the right hand up. Lift up. Right hand reaching up to the ceiling. Then you go for the extension, reaching the fingers away. When you reach forwards, don't make that an excuse to just collapse down. This lift up, the reach up, is a nice excuse to lift up a bit. So keep that lift as you extend. One more breath, legs are strong. We're going to come back to warrior two, shoulders over the hips. Straighten the front leg. Triangle pose. Adjust your feet as you need to. Then start to lean forwards, reach forwards. Left hand down, right hand up. And there's this long line from the left hand to the left shoulder, to the right shoulder, and out through the right hand. And there's also a long line from the crown through the spine to the tailbone, and the tailbone is directed towards that back heel. On your next inhale, press into your feet and come up. Take an interlace behind the back and parallel the feet. So inhale, you lift and lengthen. And this position with the arms is nice because it keeps the spine nice and long. So you can't really round as you come forwards. So stick the chest out, stick the bum out. Bend the knees if you need to, let the head go. If the shoulders will allow, then you open the chest, pull the knuckles up towards the ceiling, maybe overhead. If the shoulders are tight, just rest the hands on the lower back or release the hands down onto the mat. A little bend in the knees, the weight even through both feet. Or maybe a shake of the head feels good, or a little sway from side to side. Take 2 more breaths here. If you need to, you can sigh out through the mouth. And then quietly release the hands down. Inhale for your halfway lift. Walk the hands round to the top of the mat. You're back in a lunge. And you step back either to down dog and rest or go through your vinyasa, exhaling to lower down from plank, inhaling into your back bend, and exhale to pull the hips up and back. We've got 5 breaths here, so always the option to come into child's pose. On your next exhale, look forwards, step or hop to the top. Inhaling for a halfway lift. Exhaling to fold forwards. Coming back into chair, sink the hips down, squeeze the legs together, reach the hands up. On your next inhale, stand tall, reach up, and release the arms by the sides, Tadasana, and be still, no fidgeting. Smooth out the breath. Draw the breath down. Breath often is just high up in the chest when you've been exerting yourself. So draw it down, spread it out, make it longer. We're going to flow through again. We will add on half moon at the end. So if you have a block or a suitable substitute, have it at the top of the mat so that it's there when we need it. If you don't have a block or a substitute, you can just pretend. So position the feet, either big toes touching or feet hip width. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, bend the knees, sit down. Take an inhale here. The exhale to fold in. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, step straight to down dog. Inhale, lifts the right leg up. Exhale, steps the right foot through. Take an inhale and an exhale. Crescent lunge on your inhale. And then exhale to settle in. Inhale, warrior 2. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Shorten the stance and then reach forwards for triangle. Right hand down, left hand up. Open up. Can you lean back a little bit? Now look down. Bring the left hand onto the left hip. Bend the right knee. Find your prop. And now this block is not going to be near the right foot. It's going to be 18 inches away from the foot. So you press the right hand down. Press the right foot down. Flex the left foot. Left leg is strong. Then it starts to lift up. You're still looking down. And then use the left hand to open the left hip up. You can stay like this or reach the left hand up. We're just going to keep it simple tonight. So feel your foundation there through the right hand, through the right foot. If that left hand is lifting up, see if you can stretch it straight up. Good. Press down to lift up. One more breath. Now, you start to bend the right knee. Place the left foot down your back in warrior two. Take an inhale here. And the exhale to windmill the hands down. Step back to a three-legged dog. Now you can choose if you want to rest in down dog or child's pose or move through your choice of vinyasa. You might keep that right leg lifted. Or just a classic vinyasa. We'll take 3 breaths, a sigh out through the mouth if that's useful. And then we move on to the second side. We use all of the breath. Inhale, reach the left leg up. And the exhale to step the left foot through. And an inhale here. And an exhale to root down. Inhale to rise up, crescent lunge. And then exhale to deepen that lunge. And inhale to open into warrior two. And then exhale into your side angle. Inhale back to warrior two. Straighten the front leg. Adjust your feet. Triangle pose. Lengthening forwards. Left hand down. Right hand up. Then look down. Right hand onto the right hip. Bending into the left knee. You can step the back foot in. And the block is 18 inches. Or whatever that is, away from the foot. So it's under your shoulder. Flex the right foot. Lift the right leg up. And the belly hugs in, supporting you here. The right hip opens. The right shoulder opens. The right hand could lift up. And you're still breathing. Smooth and easy. Good. Now, slow-mo transition back through warrior two. You have to bend the left knee to place the right foot down. Good. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to bring the hands down. Get back to your three-legged dog. And then choose. You can rest or you can flow, whatever you want to do. Your practice. And we're going to meet in child's pose. The big toes to touch. Nestle the seat to the heels. Bring the hands forwards, the forehead rests down. And the palms come to touch. Now you can stay like this or bend your elbows and bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. And then walk the elbows forwards if you're there and sink the armpits down, sink the chest down. Breathe all into your shoulders, the upper back, the armpits. Release the hands down and come up to all fours. Moving back into puppy pose. Tuck the toes, step the hands forwards, sink the chest and the chin down. You're either resting on the chest and the chin or your forehead. You can use a block under the chest. And soften into this. Walk the hands in and come back to all fours. We're going to sit back onto the heels and prepare for camel pose. So you can just stay seated if you like and take a simple back bend, pressing the hands into the back, opening the chest and looking up. Or for camel, come up onto your knees, tuck the toes and press the hands into the lower back. And the hips shift forward, so not sticking the bum out, but the hips forward, so the hips are over the knees. And the hands support the back. And even though the hips pressing forward, you hug the belly in to lengthen the back. Start to open the chest, look up, lift the chin up, not collapsing the head down. That kind of scrunches the shoulders up. So keep the neck long. You can stay here, or if it's available to you, you bring your hands onto your heels, but keep that motion of pressing the hips forwards. And just come to a point where you can still breathe. And the hands are either on your back or on your heels, not somewhere in between. Good. So bring the hands back onto the lower back and straighten up. Untuck the toes, sit down, turn the palms up and close the eyes. And feel the effects of those big back bends, or back bend or a heart opener. Blink the eyes open and we're going to take that one more time. So either seated or you come up onto your knees, tuck the toes, bring the hands into the lower back, open the chest, big squeeze of the shoulder blades, and then lengthen up, push the hips forward, look up, keep lengthening, lean back, any amount, maybe the hands come onto your heels. And see if you can spread that back bend out through the back. Lifting up and lengthening. So one more breath here. Hands onto the lower back, stand up, lengthen up, and then sit down. Untuck the toes. Turn the palms up. And breathe through those sensations. Bring the eyes open. Bump the hips over to one side. Plant the feet on the mat. Sit up a bit taller. Reach the hands forwards or hold on to your legs. Then we're going to curl slowly or quickly all the way down onto your back. And when you get down, bring the knees into the chest. So use this reclined child's pose as a counter pose to the back bend. You can be still, or you might want to rock a little bit side to side. You can dial the knees around, or draw frog circles with the knees. So just attending to the back, releasing any tension there might be. And then bring the big toes down. Bump your hips over to the left and roll the knees to the right. Now rest your right hand like a weight on the outside of the left thigh. Extend the left arm out to the side and turn the head to the left. And take 3 big breaths here, really full inhales. Clearing exhales. Come back to center. Pop the hips to the right, roll the knees to the left. The right arm extends out to the right, the left arm, the left hand weighs down on the right thigh. And then turn the chest up towards the ceiling. Shuffle the shoulder blades under the back. Take your 3 big breaths. Come back to center. Bring the knees in. Then a gentle hug. And we'll release into Shavasana. Take the legs long. Let the toes roll out. With the arms by the sides. Make any final adjustments that you need. And be still. Stillness through the body. Gentle breath, come back to your natural cycle. And let the mind disconnect. feel the body lying on the floor. Feel the shape of the body, the contact between the back of the body and your mat. And become aware of the breath, the rhythm of the natural breath. And begin to deepen the breath. Taking a few deep breaths to ease you out of Shavasana. Keep the eyes closed. That inward awareness. And when you're ready, start to move the body, move in whatever way comes naturally for you. And bring the knees in. Roll to one side. Make your way up to sit. We take the hands into prayer in front of the heart. Find that same lift up and length that we've found throughout the practice. Crown of the head lifting up. And be still. Take a moment to acknowledge your practice, your effort, your commitment. Feel the benefits of the practice in the body, in the breath, the mind. Bring the thumbs to the third eye between the eyebrows. Remember your intention. And take that with you this evening. We bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Nice to see you all.